An absolute honor and a privilege to be the senior officer of the 22nd Missile Vessel Squadron, aptly known as Killers for its daring exploits in the 1971 war. The squadron prides itself for the rich legacy inherited.
On the 3rd of December, Pakistan launched multiple unprovoked attacks on Indian airfields. Admiral S.N. Nanda, the then Chief of Naval Staff, issued this military order.
Pakistan has committed an unprovoked aggression against us, and our defense forces have been ordered to meet this challenge with full courage and determination. My objective is to search and destroy Pakistani warships, and along with sister services, to inflict maximum damage on the enemy war machines. No sacrifice should be too much for us. Let us write a new chapter in the history of our services.
Operation Trident, the brainchild of Admiral Nanda, was launched in a veil of secrecy. Only concerned officers were briefed about further plans. On the night of the 3rd of December 1971, two missile boats of the Osa class, Nipat and Veer, manned by the now highly trained Indian crew, were pressed into service. These boats were small, fast and deadly. Each carried a complement of Soviet-made Styx missiles. They were towed from Bombay to Okha in Gujarat to conserve fuel. Cloaked in silence and secrecy, they rendezvoused with Nirkhat, which was already lying in wait at Okha. It was now the 4th of December, and at 2200 hours that these three boats, flanked by two corvettes, headed northwest in an arrowhead formation, with K-25 being in the lead. The boats followed each other in absolute silence, with their only markers being the wakes left behind by one another. Operation Trident was thus executed. Absolute radio silence was observed. If anything was to be communicated, it was done in Russian, a language alien to the enemy. About 30 nautical miles from Karachi, Nirkhat spotted a huge blip on her radar, approaching at about 20 knots. This had to be an enemy ship. Now breaking formation and radio silence, Nirkhat's commanding officer, Lieutenant Commander Sharma, was given permission to neutralize this threat. With the target locked, Nirkhat fired her very first missile at the threat. On hitting the target, a glow was seen over the horizon by Sub-Lieutenant Devan, who was sent above on deck to report his visual sightings. This was followed by another missile also launched at the same target. The broken blip disappeared completely from Nirkhat's radar. The destroyed ship was PNS Khyber of the Pakistani Navy, which if not neutralized, could have foiled the entire operation with her cannons. The Indian Navy had drawn first blood. Nirkhat then rejoined the formation, closing in on Karachi. On the outskirts of Karachi, it was now INS Nipat's turn to fire her first missile at MV Venus Challenger, a Pakistani ship carrying ammunition for Pakistan. A direct hit, followed by a huge explosion, ensured that she promptly sank. This was followed by a second missile which scored a direct hit on PNS Shah Jahan, which left her in flames. Veer then fired her missile at PNS Muhafiz, a Pakistani minesweeper.
In the meanwhile, Nipat advanced towards Karachi and fired on the Kiamari oil terminals, which had a crippling effect. The killer boats were instructed to return and did so unscathed. This was considered the most audacious attack, unparalleled in any modern naval history. On the way back, the crew heard 3 code words. It indicated that Karachi was ablaze. At high speeds, the missile boats returned without a scratch.
Operation Trident was more than an absolute success. It was Indian Navy's finest hour. And to honor that, the 4th of December has ever since been celebrated as Navy Day. To gain absolute supremacy over Karachi and the Arabian Sea, on the 8th of December, Operation Python was launched at 2200 hours. It included the killer missile boat INS Vinash along with corvettes Trishul and Talwar. Karachi and other enemy targets were once again attacked. The destruction was total as Karachi burned for many days after that. The killers had once again proved their point against the enemy, which was now totally in ruins. On returning back to the base in Bombay, the now supercharged crews received a hero's welcome. One of the sailors painted killers on his ship. A legacy was created. The killers were born. Recognition and accolades for the killers came from all over. These included 1 Mahavir Chakra, 7 Veer Chakras and 8 Nausena medals. The naval heroes of 71 will always be remembered.
The Killer Squadron, which was baptized by fire during the 1971 attack on Karachi, continues to offer the Indian Navy the option of a rapid first strike with a very high volume of fire, which will severely impact the enemy's morale and war-fighting capability. Their motto, hit first, hit hard, not only guides their own ethos but also spurs the other forces operating with them. The award of the present standard is a fitting recognition of the squadron's contribution to India's maritime security and the valor of its personnel who have and are ever ready to go beyond the call of duty to uphold the nation's honor. Jai Hind and Shah No Varuna.
Missile boats, the annihilators of today, have evolved over 5 generations with time and technology. The Veer and Prabal class are the main battle machines of the squadron, and now they are proudly made in India. More firepower, larger crews, higher speeds and longer endurances. Being able to execute tasks at lightning speeds demands for the best crew with young blood.
As professionals, to deliver that knockout punch, communication, coordination and execution has to be flawless.
Ultimately, it's the men behind the machines that matter. Discipline and teamwork makes the impossible possible. All sea warriors lead by example, and their experience ensures that the new killer members learn the ropes and would soon take charge.
Duty, honor, courage.
Navy wives are pillars of support. Each is in command of her ship-shape home. What enables the killers to live up to these values are their family.
Karmarne vadikaraste ma phaleshu kadachan. This shlok from Gita exemplifies the legacy and devotion of the Killer Squadron in service of our nation. The gallant action of the Killer Squadron in 1971 war brought glory to the Indian Navy and the country. Endowed with this rich legacy, the squadron is renowned in the Navy for its young blood, daring skills, courage, and a die-hard spirit. Their heroism continues to inspire the present and the future generations alike. The award of President's Standard is indeed a proud moment for the squadron and a fitting recognition of their role in safeguarding maritime interests. Being the CNC West and an ex-killer myself, I am happy to be part of this momentous occasion. I congratulate the killers, both past and present, for their untiring service to the nation. And I wish them success in every operation. May they always be victorious in combat. Jai Hind.
The engineers provide phenomenal power to accelerate these war machines to exhilarating speeds. The killers are lethal instruments of destruction. are fully capable of piercing enemy armor and delivering that fatal blow. Killers have been on the prowl for 50 years and have been doing a phenomenal job in safeguarding our seas and keeping the enemy at bay by searching, locating and destroying any potent threat to the nation.
What we do here gives us our name, the Killers. I make sure our missiles hit first and hit hard. Bridge ops room, unidentified contact detected on bearing 130, 40 nautical miles.
Jai Hind, sir. Missile number 3 ready for launch. Permission to launch, sir. Approved. Launch missile number 3.
Launching missile number 3. Now.
The K-22 Squadron embodies the noblest qualities that a sea warrior and his combat platform bring forth to battle at sea. Offensive spirit, daring, speed, stealth, surprise, audacity in action, all this shines brightly in this valiant squadron. The nation remains indebted for their role in taking the battle to the adversary's home from the seaward side and shattering their morale. As Sir Edward Hamley commented on seeing the colours of a unit, a moth-eaten rag on a worm-eaten pole, it does not look likely to stir a man's soul. It's the deeds that were done under the moth-eaten rag when the pole was a flag, a staff and the rag a flag. Being awarded the prestigious President's Standard on completion of 50 glorious years of the 1971 Karachi attack is an apt tribute to the squadron's achievements under fire as well as the commitment towards defending our country. The squadron has evolved in quality, capability and lethality over the years. I take the opportunity to congratulate and thank the entire K-22 family, both past and present, for the stellar role they have played in our country's history. Jai Hind.
An impressive ceremony for the award of the President's Standard to the Killer Squadron was held at the Naval Dockyard on the 8th of December 2021. This included a ceremonial guard of honor for the Supreme Commander, followed by the solemn ceremony of the handing over of the President's Standard to the Killer Squadron. The ceremonial function also included a scintillating display of continuity drill by the members of the Killer Squadron. This was followed by an enthralling operational demonstration showcasing the combat readiness of the Indian Navy. The award of the President's Standard to this formidable squadron is a well-deserved tribute to the men who over the years have rendered yeoman service to the nation. The ceremony concluded with the national anthem, which once again stirred patriotic feelings and rekindled the spirit of the Killers.